Welcome back to Dial a Dietitian. Today is episode number 6, and we are talking to David Johnson in Kentucky. David works as a clinical dietitian, and he is also pursuing his PhD. So let's talk to David. So today I'm here with David from Kentucky. So David, go ahead and introduce yourself to us and let us know how you became a dietitian and what inspired you to become a dietitian.
Hey, my name is David Johnson. I am a registered dietitian from Eastern Kentucky. Kind of my path to becoming a dietitian kind of started out different than most people. I started off by studying to get my associate's degree in culinary arts and food and beverage management. And when I took that program, I had to take a nutrition class as part of the curriculum. And I kind of fell in love with nutrition, and that's kind of what inspired me to kind of pursue this further. And then after I did the associate's degree, I transferred into another program to complete my bachelor's of science in dietetics. And then I also got a minor in business. And then after I completed the bachelor's, I did the Utah State University dietetic internship. And then from there, I was able to pass the RD exam and become a registered dietitian. And then while I was working full-time as a clinical dietitian, I did the Master's of Dietetics Administration degree at Utah State University as well.
Great. And you've also been accepted into a PhD program, correct?
Yes, I start fall of 2018 at Iowa State University into the PhD in hospitality management.
Great. Yeah, wonderful. Perfect. So since you became a dietitian, what sorts of jobs or projects have you taken on?
Currently, I'm a clinical dietitian at kind of a regional hospital here in Eastern Kentucky. I cover a wide range of floors. I cover ICU, oncology, telemetry, pediatrics, the level 2 nursery, the obstetrics, psychiatric floors, surgical, and I also teach outpatient cardiovascular and pulmonary rehab classes. So I've got a wide range of floor coverage and experience through that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that really is covering a lot. Do you find that challenging or rewarding, or what is that experience like?
It can be challenging, definitely. It's a lot of responsibility, and you kind of have to know all the different areas, so it kind of makes it a little challenging in that area. But it definitely gives you a lot of experience, and it kind of helps you, no matter kind of wherever you go, you're going to have experience covering those kinds of floors. So it kind of helps you in the long run. It's hard now, but it'll help in the long run.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure it's pretty, it helps keep the days a little more varied and more interesting too, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Great. So what excites you most about your work in nutrition, either now or in the future?
What I really like about kind of like the work in nutrition is there's just so many different areas that you can kind of go with nutrition. There's the clinical, there's food service, there's community, there's private practice, there's sports nutrition. So really there's all kinds of opportunities that are available. You can kind of go to wherever you like. Something that I'm looking forward to is starting my PhD in the fall in hospitality management. Something that I really think of that's important is kind of education. And that's what I want to go into, is kind of educating like future dietitians. You can kind of see my wall of degrees and diplomas behind me. But it's something that I really kind of have a passion for, is education and kind of teaching others. So that's kind of what I'm most excited about.
Great. Yeah. So kind of along those lines, if someone is thinking about becoming a dietitian, what would be like your first line of advice for them?
Network. It's kind of the first thing that they told me when I was starting to going through the process was networking. Dietetics is a small and a big world kind of all together. It's big because there's lots of opportunities that you can do, but it's small because a lot of dietitians and they know each other. especially kind of like in your community, like your surrounding communities. Everybody knows everybody. So it's good to make connections early on, and they can kind of help you in the future. Something I would also recommend to somebody when they get to the point of kind of looking at internships is I highly recommend distance internships. I completed a distance internship, and I felt what I learned was pretty valuable. One of the best things about the distance internships is the other students that you're with are from all over, like the United States. So I've been able to get contacts and like friends from all over the United States. So I kind of have a very large network compared to, or some people, if they completed it kind of just in state, they would have like a local network.
Yeah, and we're even a key example of that, because my connection with David is actually, we met during our orientation for the distance internship. So that's how I met David, and it's kind of case in point for, I mean, normally I probably wouldn't have ran into you except for maybe at like Fancy or something like that, but the internship really kind of allowed us to meet a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Great. So if people are interested in asking you questions or getting in contact with you, where can they find you, like by email or social media or any other places?
I have my LinkedIn. It's David Johnson, MDA, RD, LD, MFP. And then I also recently started a blog. It's called the rdchef.weebly.com. It's still in its early stages. I'm still kind of working on it. But I'm going to post things like recipes and kind of blogs about my experience as a PhD student, and then just various other nutrition topics that I'm kind of interested in.
Great.
I can kind of send you.
Yeah. So we'll have that all linked down below then for you guys, so you can check out his blog. Because I know he really is really well versed in culinary arts and nutrition, and I'm sure it's going to be really good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, David, for talking with us today, and we will see you guys next week.
Next week on Dial a
And when I was first enrolled as a student there, my major was molecular genetics. I, love that hard science and understanding, how your health is based large in part of your DNA and how these epigenetic factors contribute to your health too.